Denial.
We try to stay in our lane here and just do stories about black crime in America and how it's so wildly out of proportion. But every once in a while, especially lately, we've been getting a lot of stories out of Australia where we see the exact same thing, not just the violence, but also the denial, deceit, and delusion. You're going to see a story here, a guy who probably thinks he's doing a hard-hitting story. Listen, this is like a 2 or 3 minute story. Listen to how much of the story is devoted to bogus causes, bogus solutions, explanations about their parents, about their moms or dads or sisters or brothers. Listen to how much is devoted to victims. Very, very little. Let's get to it.
These images show the gangs in action. Young men as comfortable carrying a knife as a mobile phone. Often your mobile phone. Specifically, they're gangs involving young men from the Sudan. Youths from a country where they saw death, suffering and witnessed terrible violence. Former Police Commissioner Christine Nixon wouldn't even admit they existed. Neither would her successor, Simon Overland. But you can't ignore the facts. And the latest police statistics show how they are terrorising this city. In central Melbourne, South Bank, Flemington, Footscray, Sunshine, Dandenong and Springvale.
We are concerned at the rate of offending of Sudanese and Somali young men particularly. Total size of the population very small, but given their population, they're offending at a far higher rate than we'd like to see.
Deputy Commissioner Cartwright admits police do have an image problem.
They don't trust police, they don't trust the court.
You are the enemy.
We are the enemy.
The latest police figures show Sudanese and Somali-born males are about 5 times more likely to commit crimes than the wider community. The most common crimes are assault and robbery. African community leaders, they know what's happening out there on the streets.
Let's be clear here. Any crime is crime and should not be tolerated.
Dr. Ahmed told me jobs are the key. They commit a crime, they go to jail, they come out, they couldn't get a job in the first place, they won't get a job now.
Exactly. And that creates what? More animosity from those young boys because they feel rejected.
The Salvation Army is also on the front line in the fight against gangs, even using African-born counsellors who head out each Friday and Saturday night. But senior Salvos admit they've been shocked by the experience.
The really frightening things for me personally was seeing the level of anger and even hatred in some cases that some of the young African youth carried.
The bigger problem for us is their backgrounds and where they've come from or where their parents have come from. Total distrust of authority, with good reason.
I just want to stress this is not about racism. This is about gangs. And as a judge said recently, people are scared to even travel on our trains. It has to stop.
So you have large groups of black people roaming these areas, and you send out these, they're doing really nasty business on the people down there. They're throwing stuff at them. They're hurting people. They're robbing people. They're killing people.
Please, sir, I want some more.
Let's send the Salvation Army out there in yellow jackets to talk to them. Really? Anybody going to jail? Doesn't sound like it. Because in Australia, as in the United States, arresting black people who break the law, that's not really in favor because that makes the black kids angry.